Welcome to another Kansas City Chiefs news video, dear fan. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Regardless of the outcome, there's always something to learn in a week of Kansas City Chiefs football. Similar to previous game results, Week 14 showed the world that Andy Reid's team is becoming quite consistent in its operations. It further confirmed what we already knew. Unfortunately for Kansas City, this type of game indicates that, while the team can face some of the NFL's most talented opponents, it also has enough flaws to fall short. Going back to the Week 8 loss to the Denver Broncos on October 29th, this is a 2-4 club that has been in the middle of 3 of those losses. It's easy to spin these games and say the Chiefs are just a few plays away from having a better record. But when a team led by Reid and Patrick Mahomes, with the still excellent Travis Kelce also in the mix, lacks late-game comebacks and a clutch gene, it's a shame. This team can only live on the historical advantage of having multiple Hall of Fame talents for so long. At some point, a team is what it is. 2 weeks before Christmas, this year's Chiefs team is not a chameleon or a starfish. It doesn't adapt easily to the environment and rarely grows appendages after removing them. The responses in the games against the Las Vegas Raiders, Green Bay Packers, and Buffalo Bills on Sunday show that there is at least some level of fire. Of course. That said, the margin of error remains incredibly small, and the probability of these comebacks being completed is lower now than it has been since 2018, when Mahomes took over as quarterback. In Kansas City's losses, and in some of their wins, what were the obstacles? A combination of penalties, turnovers, drops, and/or lack of attention to details in the wide receiver routes. Early in the season, these mistakes were forgivable. During a 6-game winning streak after a Week 1 loss, they were overlooked. Time was still on the Chiefs' side, and they were still winning games, despite sometimes trying their best to make things interesting. Now, however, there's no choice but to call the Chiefs for what they are, in the mix. It's something that became apparent last week. These backbreakers are the same as in September. Perhaps the worst part for the Chiefs is that their last 4 games, against the New England Patriots, at home against the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cincinnati Bengals, away against the Los Angeles Chargers, don't offer true and complete opportunities to show changes. 3 of these franchises have losing records, and the only winner is a team operating with a backup quarterback. Kansas City is objectively better than all of them, even amid this period, so why would simply doing what they should change anyone's opinion with the playoffs approaching? Then again, simply doing what they should would eliminate a good portion of the Chiefs' problems. Again, regardless of the final score, there's something to be taken away from each game. This still applies to the next month of play. But if you think you see progress, proceed with caution. The Chiefs' formula for winning remains the same: limit self-inflicted errors, survive on offense, and rely on a great defense to do the job. Teams have won a lot with these processes before, though it amplifies the magnitude of each mistake made. The tough part of Kansas City's schedule has revealed its true face. The ending may portray whatever it wants, but when the chips fall in mid-January, there's a fairly significant bank of recent history to turn to. In playoff-caliber games, the Chiefs are a playoff-caliber team. However, that's all they've shown to be, which seems like a regression from previous Mahomes-era teams. The championship DNA for this specific group is either hidden or doesn't exist, and even a strong finish in the regular season shouldn't deceive anyone. So, Kansas City Chiefs fan, what's your opinion on today's video? Leave your comment below and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and activate the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news.